Hey, what's going on, guys? First off, I want to say welcome to my channel. My name is Matthew. This is kind of the first time I've done something like this, so it'll be very interesting. I'll be learning how to do this along the way just as much as you guys are. You guys will be really like coming with me, watching my journey on traveling to New Zealand. I'm really excited, right? I've traveled abroad before, traveled abroad going to Greece, but this is a completely different setting. There's a completely different scenario, right? We're learning about completely different things, right? This time in Greece, right, we kind of learned about the idea of how like the idea of sports started and like all that kind of stuff. Now we're more so focusing on the sociology part, right? So like how sports tend to affect the communities, tend to affect how government is run and all that kind of stuff. So it's very interesting, and I'm really excited to learn a lot about that. Although this is the furthest that I will be traveling alone, very nerve-wracking, right? I did travel to Greece alone with that study abroad group, but this is a whole nother level, right? I've always traveled to the Philippines with my family, but never have I traveled this far out alone. So it'll be a very interesting trip and a very interesting experience, and I'm ready for it. Yeah, and along with that, right, this is a big chance for me to grow as a person, not only learning about sociology, but also learning more about myself, right? This is kind of going to be an eye-opener for me. Being a foreigner in New Zealand, right, I don't know what the culture's like, all that kind of stuff. So I think that I'll be able to take a really big step in being more mature, being more professional, right? Being more open to new things, right? Putting myself out there. That's something that I'm really hoping that I can get out of this. Is just kind of being better at putting myself out there. This is gonna be very exciting, and hope you guys can come along the ride with me. Right, it is currently 7:38 p.m. on Monday. I have not packed. The only thing I have out is my semi-formal business casual kind of outfit, but yeah, a lot of packing to do. See you soon. So while you guys see me here packing and preparing for this amazing trip, I wanted to give you guys a broad idea of what really it is that we are studying while we're here, right? It's more than just a vacation. Even though New Zealand is beautiful, right? We're there to learn. We're there to apply what we learn in the lecture and experience it in the real world. So as most of you guys know, sports is a huge part of life in the United States, right? There's popular sports like American football, basketball, baseball, even things like dancing and running. All of these things are very common to see in everyday life. These activities are so popular just because they're very accessible. It's very easy to pick up a basketball and just shoot around. It's very easy to just begin dancing and watching a crowd enjoy it with you. The feeling of personal achievement or the idea of competition, right? Us Americans are very willing to win. And outside of that, media pushes the idea of sports so much just because it values the ideas of fun, fitness, and then the ability to always improve over time. So out of all those sports, right, the most popular one would definitely be American football. And it highlights a lot of our values, right? It highlights the importance of business and entertainment, how some franchises with more money just end up more successful because they have the ability to spend. And it's always growing with every new year. It reflects the ideas of teamwork, competition, and success. But on the other end, it raises major issues, right? Like in American football, you don't see any women ever playing, right? So it reflects the idea of gender. And then also player safety. It is a well-known fact that a lot of football players get hurt every game just because of easy injuries like concussions or strains or like all that kind of stuff just because of the high contact sport. So by watching this American football game, any visitor can learn that the US really values their competition, their hard work, but also their entertainment, while also facing these challenges that are related to the equality and health. So there is a lot that a visitor can learn. So being a visitor to New Zealand, I'm ready to learn all about their life as well.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, so now as I finish up packing and get ready for my flight tomorrow, I will post again once I land, and I will see you then.